Um, Hello guys. Yes. How is everybody's day today? We're gonna, bleh, English words. Can I not speak? Anyway, so today we're gonna be reacting to a True Grandmother horror story animated. Yes, that's what we're gonna be reacting to. So, why don't we just hop into the video with this crazy looking lady? Okay, here we go.
It was April of 2000.
A grandmother tried to kill me.
It was April of 2007, and my birthday was approaching. Most of my family had already told me the gifts I would receive, like a new Wii along with video games for it. My grandmother didn't tell me anything. Now, my grandmother had always been a strange woman. She wasn't very talkative, but I liked to hear the stories she told. They were creepy, but intriguing. She told me she was going to give me a book. She didn't show it to me, nor did she tell me what it was about.
I don't read books.
Once my birthday rolled around, I was opening gifts from my loved ones. When I got to my grandmother's present, I opened it up and I saw a book with a pentagram carved into its front cover.
Heck to the
I
no,
picked it up and thought nothing of it, because at the time, I didn't know what the shape was or what it meant. As soon as I grabbed it, though, everything went pitch black.
It's a star. That's what the shape is.
When I woke up, my family was surrounding me, and my mom was scolding my grandmother about giving me the book. My grandmother looked at me, but her eyes were evil-looking.
The heck?
That night, when I went to bed, I was having a pretty good dream. But suddenly, something woke me up. I looked around and saw nothing. Then, suddenly, I saw a shadowy figure in the doorway looking at me.
And that's when I would throw that book.
This wasn't a case of sleep paralysis because I was able to move, but that didn't comfort me because that meant it was real life. The figure crept closer and closer to me. When I looked closer at the figure,
Don't you lock
I
your
saw
door?
gray hair
Yeah,
and crooked teeth. That's when I knew it was my grandmother. I screamed and ran past her, but she grabbed me and tossed me back. I noticed she had something in her hand, but I couldn't tell what it was. I saw one of my toys that I had gotten a few years ago, picked it up, and threw it at her.
How dare you?
She fell to the ground and I ran past her, telling my parents. My parents called the police and they got there and arrested her.
Called the coppers.
The thing she had in her hand was a knife.
You're about to kill
and
that
she was
child.
planning on killing me.
How dare you?
To this day,
Weirdo.
I wonder what would have happened if that toy wasn't lying there.
Yo, you would have got killed. There you go. Oh, I thought that was a series for some reason. I don't know. Well, let's... I'm gonna go pick another one, BRB. Okay, I'm back. And I found another one.
This happened.
Let's restart that. The man in my brother's closet. Well...
This happened 2 months ago in January of 2019. My parents went out to a party. They told me they wouldn't be back until at least...
What parents' parties? Don't you have jobs? Aren't you supposed to be taking care of your children? My mom doesn't go out partying. I'll be back, son, till the next day. I'm gonna go party, you know, son? Like, what?
3 a.m. in the morning because the party was supposed to start at 8 p.m. and the party was going to be in New Jersey.
Why
we live in
leaving
Connecticut,
your kids
so it takes a while to get there and back.
Oh.
They told me to watch my 10-year-old brother and expected me to be responsible because I'm 15 years old. When they left, we watched movies all night while eating a bunch of popcorn. It was around 11:30, and we just finished watching Infinity War. I told my brother to brush his teeth and go to bed. I stayed up later than him to watch the movie Logan. The movie ended, and it was around 2 in the morning. I was getting ready for bed when my brother came down the stairs. I asked him what he was still doing up, and he said the boogeyman was in his closet and wanted to touch him. I looked at him in confusion. My brother isn't the type of kid to pull pranks or joke around. He wanted me to check it out. I said fine and started saying he probably just heard a house noise. He said he heard a noise coming from his closet, and when he checked inside, the boogeyman was there and said he wanted to touch him.
That's interesting.
We went inside his room. I turned on the light and we went to the closet door.
A boogeyman? I think that's
I
just a
opened
pervert.
it, and what I saw made me seriously angry. There was a tall, scruffy-looking man with long, black, greasy hair. He looked as if he was in his mid-40s and was barely built.
His brother's closet,
I was pissed off when I saw this creep watching my 10-year-old brother sleep, and I figured out what my brother meant when he said the boogeyman wanted to touch him.
Ew.
I was so pissed off. I punched his throat.
Ew,
He dropped to the floor gasping for air, but I stepped on his face as hard as I could at least 6 times.
Your brother is watching. He's gonna be
He was covered in blood and was having trouble breathing. I grabbed my brother and ran into the bathroom, locking the door and calling the cops. Then I called my parents. My parents freaked out. In about 10 minutes, the cops showed up and searched the bedroom.
He's not there?
He wasn't in there. They searched the house. He wasn't anywhere to be found. I gave them a good description of his appearance, and an officer even stayed at our house until sunrise. A week later, I was informed that the same guy was caught and arrested for raping an 11-year-old boy and murdering his parents.
Are you kidding me? I hate these creepy men around here with the flap and floop. This is just not right. Keep your flapping hands to your flapping self. Like, what is so hard about that? What is so hard? You just can't wait.
Turns out he'd raped multiple children before, and even murdered some of them and their parents. He was 47 years old and received a death sentence.
Good.
If my brother never came downstairs to tell me what happened, then I fear the worst could have happened to him. And I'm extremely thankful that didn't happen.
Ew, you weirdo. You look like the flapping man. Well, we might watch one more. Because I don't want the timer to run out. Because it's happened before and it's so disappointing. Like, why? So, I'm gonna go be right back. I'm gonna pick another one. Okay, I think these are different people who animated this. I'm not sure. Maybe I should go tell you what those people were to go subscribe. So that was When See Entertainment, which is them right there. You can go subscribe to them who made those other videos. Who made this video is Nightmare Tales. Go subscribe if you like the spooks. Oh, by the way, spook warning. It's too late now, though.
On a cold, dark night, around 2 in the morning, a young man and his father sat in a remote 24-hour diner
this
waiting
voice
to
is
be
unsettling.
served. The older man, who was sadly, slowly going senile, had insisted on going out for some soup. Not having the energy to argue, the son took him out, for at least this way his father would be happy, and then he could get some peace and quiet. The waiter walked over, welcomed them to the diner, and then asked if they were ready to order, to which they replied they were. The waiter recommended for them to try the burgers. Best in the West, he said, with a smile that made their skin crawl. They declined and proceeded to order what they came for. The old man ordered tomato soup, and the son, a coffee. When the waiter walked away, the son asked his father if he had thought the waiter looked familiar. Not surprisingly, the father said he had never seen him before. But why? He asked. The son proceeded to tell him that he thought he looked a lot like a man he saw in the news that was wanted for murder in another state.
A lot like a man.
But he could easily be mistaken. This made the father quite uncomfortable, so he told his son to shut up and change the subject.
Shut up, son. You need to shut up.
Instead, the son then got up, told his father he was going to the bathroom and would be back in a minute. The father waited and waited. Almost 15 minutes had passed, and his son hadn't returned. He also hadn't seen the waiter again. Where was his son? And where was his soup? Just as he finished asking himself this, the waiter appeared with the soup.
He is made in that soup.
Well, you took your time with that,
There's
the old
your
man
son
said.
right there in that soup,
I'm sorry,
man.
sir, said the waiter, We had some issues in the kitchen.
I
Where's
bet
my
you
son?
did.
The old man asked the waiter. Oh, I'm sure he's not far. I have a feeling you'll be seeing him really soon. And with this, he placed the bowl down on the table with a smile that would have given anyone the creeps. The old man turned to his soup and then dipped his spoon in to take his first mouthful.
Looks like blood.
As he lifted the spoon, something else came with it. Some glasses.
Oh
what the hell? He thought to himself. A horrible chill ran through his body when he realized whose glasses they were. His son's. The old man looked across at the waiter and was overcome with rage when he saw the waiter's sickly grin staring back at him. He grabbed a knife, leapt out of his seat, and stabbed the waiter in the chest. The blade went straight through his heart, and while bleeding...
What if it was a misunderstanding? What if it was a misunderstanding? What if your son just tripped and his glasses fell in the soup? I don't know.
Profusely all over the floor, he died. Right at this moment, the son appeared from the kitchen and screamed at his father. No! What have you done? It was a prank. We were playing a prank.
What?
The old man couldn't believe what he was hearing.
Did you seriously do a prank like that?
But he's a... Oh my God, he thought to himself as the reality quickly set in. I've killed him. The father and son had to act quickly. They grabbed the body and decided to stash it in the cool room to buy them some time. They would then clean the floor and disappear as if they had never been there. Perfect, they thought. There were no witnesses and no one to stop them.
Bro, you guys are stupid. There's fingerprints
that's what they thought,
on the man's clothes.
Until they slid back the door to the cool room and were greeted by a sight so shocking, it made both of them wish they were dead.
Oh,
they had disturbed the waiter's brother, hard at work, making meat for burgers. The best in the West, apparently. Not that they would ever know.
They was serious? Oh my gosh. Whew. Wow. I'm traumatized. Well, I'd like to leave this video off with a goodbye. Well, this is interesting. Jeez. Wasn't expecting that to turn out to be real when there was a prank. Interesting. So, please subscribe to these channels and myself, if you want, of course. But I'd really appreciate if you did. And you could make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And subscribe to Dr. Noodle Arms. And I'll see you guys in another video. Goodbye. I still don't have an outro or an intro. I probably should work on that. Anyway, goodbye.